Hi, let me start the review by acknowledging the fact that I'm a huge Louise Penny fan. Her book The Brutal Telling changed my perception on thrillers forever. On the other hand, I have never read any book by former US presidential candidate Hillary Rodham Clinton, and as per my understanding, this is her first delve into fiction. Well, this kind of amateur meets professional pairing is not the first time that's happening in the Clinton family. Previously, we have seen Mr. James Patterson pairing up with former US President Mr. Bill Clinton to come up with some amazing thrillers. Well, I haven't read those, but I did read this book and I have some thoughts. Boy, do I have some thoughts. I'll tell you about them after this intro. Let me tell you, this book is quite gripping, and I mean that literally. I haven't and couldn't read anything else while I was reading this book. The setting of the book is so: right after the administration change, the new president Doug Williams appoints Ellen Adams as his Secretary of State. Everyone is surprised by the appointment, as they are supposed to be arch nemesis. And FSO Anahita Dhar receives some codes and via email. She first dismisses them as being spam, but not before jotting them down. Meanwhile, there are bomb blasts all over Europe, and the FSO realizes that these were probably related and had something to do with the blasts. The blame falls on Bashir Shah, an evil Pakistani arms dealer who intends to create hell on earth. Shah was secretly freed from home prison thanks to the former US president. He hates Ellen, whose media company once laid bare his crimes in a devastating documentary. He may have even killed her husband by an untraceable poison. The bombs spark a high-speed diplomatic race. Ellen flies around all the world leaders, including the Grand Ayatollah of Iran, in an effort to prevent the detonation of nuclear devices hidden in 3 American cities. The plot is overstuffed, and it can be hard to keep track of the complicated cast, which includes Ellen's daughter, Catherine, who is now in charge of the media company, her son from the first marriage, who is an investigative journalist with Reuters, with some question marks surrounding his own past, a lowly foreign secretary officer with a passage of secrets, and the press secretary of the previous Trumpian president, who is alarmed at what the Republicans are doing but has few choices for the elitist Democrats. Is this a genuinely amazing political thriller, or is it just Clinton settling old political scores? Well, I feel it is a mix of both. While the book is genuinely gripping and engaging, the real-life resemblance of characters and the shots fired are far more than obvious. Only the current administration is good. Everyone else is bad. I had seen overacting in movies, TV shows. और 50 रुपया कट overacting की वजह से. This is the first time I am seeing over-dramatization in books. The book does have its funny moments. They are quite fun to read. Like here. Betsy says, "You did a fashion piece of power brokers who wear bow ties." Ellen replies, "We did. Must have been a slow week." Another one, when Ellen and Betsy visit the former president in Florida, he asks whether they are partners, and if they were, he didn't mind as long as they kept it private. And then further asks Betsy, "Is the Secretary of State?" Betsy replies, the secretary makes her own mind. I'm just here for the sex." I'm not kidding, I legit laughed out loud. But some things just seem too convenient in the book. Anahita, the FSO, just happened to be working in the White House, just happened to be friends with the daughter of the Secretary of the State, childhood friend, and just happened to be the former lover of her son, and also just happened to be... Wait, that will be a spoiler. Speaking of the secretary's son, Gil, who is a journalist at Reuters, converts to Islam while being held in captivity by Al Qaeda in Afghanistan because he sees the beauty of the religion. Oh my god, so original. Like, yeah, we haven't seen that before.
Allahu Akbar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
In the political discussions, I will be honest, being an Indian, I quite did enjoy the Pakistani bashing a bit. Moving on, there's quite some unnecessary romance in the book. Unnecessary for me, but if you are a swoony head, what? Okay, sorry. If you are a romantic at heart, it might not be unnecessary for you. You might even long for more. As a fiction thriller, this thing is fucking awesome. But I personally do not agree with several of the politics of the book. But who knows, you might. Oh, and one more thing. The female characters are written very well, like extremely well. We don't see that generally in political thrillers. Yeah, I like that very much. So I just had to point that out. Like the writing of the book is like, in some places it was like I was reading a 12-year-old, and in some places it was like I was reading a genius. I don't know how, maybe because it's a dual authors, I don't know, but like that's how I felt. Overall, as a thriller, I will definitely recommend this book. The link is in the bio. Sorry, not the bio. I'm too used to Instagram. The link is in the description. Please do consider purchasing the book from the description. It does help the channel out. The video was made possible thanks to Pan Macmillan India, who provided the media copy. But the publisher nor the authors have had any editorial input or even had an early preview of the content, nor did they provide any compensation in exchange for the production. Until next time, Kitabi Keeda.